Alright everybody, hello and welcome. As always, I'm Sean, this is Uneducated Gamer playing Football Manager 2015 as we continue our Australian Dynasty series. Season 1, Episode 8, I think it is that we're up to. I'm not 100% sure on that. I really should be. Last episode we played 2 games away in New South Wales. Firstly, a 1-1 draw with Newcastle United, and then a really good 3-0 performance against Central Coast Mariners. They are the bottom team in the division, but it was still a good game and we still took the most of our chances. Since then, however, we haven't played football in about a month. That one was on the 4th of January. You can see now it's the 1st of Feb. That's because of the Asian Cup, which is the Asian Confederation's equivalent of the Euros. It took place in Australia this year, but sadly it wasn't a great tournament for the Australian national side. If we have a look here, I don't think they even made it out of their group, did they? No, it doesn't look like it, but really good performances from Eli Babal, who has scored more goals in 3 weeks for the national team than he has in their entire season. 2 Player of the Match awards, top goal scorer with 4. And unfortunately, though, it wasn't enough for Australia to get out of their group. So Ange Postecoglou, the manager's been sacked. They actually finished bottom of their group. All 4 teams had 4 points. They had a -2 goal difference, so they went out. We did, however, have a transfer window in that period, and I did bring some players in. You can see here, Reece Williams. We've got him on loan from Middlesbrough. We hadn't really used our marquee spot yet, so I'm throwing a bit of money at him just on a couple of months' loan. As the marquee player at the club, he's going to be a really good central defender. The one shining light, really, of our team so far is that we have conceded the fewest goals of any side in the league. So you might look at that and say, why'd you pick up another central defender? I'd like someone that can play a little bit more. I think we coughed the ball up a lot, playing out from the back with Connor Chapman, who's still only 20, so his best years are still ahead of him, and Patrick Kisnorbo, who's 33. And something about players, as soon as they hit 32, the game just starts to slowly chip away at all their attributes. They tend to fall away really quickly. So I'm going to bring him in and we'll hold on to those other 2 still, but we'll bring him in on a marquee contract and he'll probably partner Shane Lowry in the back of defence there. The other one we brought in is Adam Taggart. As I mentioned, Eli Babal has not scored the amount that we need him to in our side. He's going to join on a junior marquee contract, so only 1,000 of his 3.3 a week is being put towards our salary cap. So I managed to sneak him in as well. We did have to release a player, and I released Mark Marino. He was the 18-year-old striker that we had. He was very much our 3rd choice. We still have 3 strikers, so we're not short or anything like that. It just made sense that was the position where we let someone go to bring Adam Taggart in. So he'll probably start ahead of Eli Babal, despite Babal being on 10k a week and our Australian marquee player. He just hasn't gotten the goals that we need him to, so he might not be suited to the advanced forward role that we're looking for. But I can probably transfer list him for about $1 million at the end of the season and hopefully get rid of him, but we'll see how we go there. I have also sneakily put in offers for James Traoré and Ben Halloran. They were to bring them in on loans, but they don't want to do it. Just to pick up an extra winger, just to give us a bit more versatility up there. Edwards has come back from his injury though, and Vidicic and Garucha have both been fantastic in his absence, if I'm being honest. But that's enough about transfers and what we've been doing during that period. We need to focus on the league. So we've got 2 massive games in this fixture. Playing Western Sydney, who are currently top of the division, sitting on 27 points up there, so 5 points clear of us. A win could see us jump into 2nd position if Brisbane Roar's game goes our way. And it's very important that we kind of keep pace with them just as we get towards the business end of the season. I know it's only 14 games in, but there's only 27 games in the season, so we're really just past the halfway point now. And of course, the 2nd game will be the Melbourne Victory game, the 3rd derby of the season. It's really weird that all 3 derbies have taken place by February. However, we've drawn 1, won 1, and I really want to go out and smash them in this one so that we can take bragging rights for the end of season. We may come up against them in the final series. It depends how they do and where they're sitting at the end of that point. But yeah, they usually hold on to one of those fixtures towards the end of the season so that they can have a big, massive crowd game for the last few weeks. Given that the last few weeks, kind of some positions are usually decided by that period, and you never know. So the transfer window is going to shut in 4 days. I'm just going to have a sneaky look at who is still available on loans and that sort of thing. You can see Tom Rogic at Celtic is currently transfer and loan listed. We don't really need any more central midfielders. We've got 4 really good ones, so probably won't go with that. And Burgess and Good are both central defenders, so we probably wouldn't bring them in. Curtis Good is actually an ex-Melbourne Heart player, started his career there as a teenager, had a really good season, 25 appearances and 1 goal. And got himself a big money move to Newcastle. Tom Rogic, who's after him? Western Sydney are actually looking at Tom Rogic, but we're not really playing anyone in the hole, so yeah, we're not going to play him as a striker. We're not really going to play anyone in the hole. He'd be playing as a central midfielder, and we already have 4 really good central midfielders, so I'm not too worried about that one. Anyway, let's skip ahead and go to our team selection for today. I'm just going to throw out the best team I think we have available. The only one who's not really ready is Jacob Melling. He picked up a knock on international duty, so he's not going to be available for this game, but we might put him on the bench 80% conditioning, he should be good to go for that. So as I mentioned earlier, we have had the best defensive record in the competition so far. Valafi will continue in goals. He has the most clean sheets of any keeper so far this season. Zulo, Lowry, Williams and Franich, it's our first choice back four as I look at it. But Zulo and Franich have been out. Franich with international call-ups and Zulo with injury. Clisby was excellent while Zulo was out, so he can consider himself very unlucky to not be playing in this game. As can Paolo Retre, who has been really good in that right fullback role. However, Franich was really good for the international side, so I don't know what you take there. Williams will come in for his first game, our new marquee signing alongside Shane Lowry, who's been one of our best players this season, and Parley will continue to anchor the midfield. That back six has been tremendous so far this year, and I think that shows in how few goals we've conceded. However, it's the goals we've scored that have it's our lack of goals scored that's hurt us so far. So we're going to go with Retre and Hurd in the middle. I do have Mork and Moy available. However, I'm going to give Retre a nod just because he's been in really good form. 2 8.1s recently playing as a right fullback. I'm going to give him a chance in the middle, and we might give him about an hour and then bring Jacob Melling on so that Melling can come back into full fitness. And Chris Hurd, of course, alongside him, ex-Aston Villa Junior. He has been pretty okay for us so far. Maybe not getting involved in like the assists or anything, but he plays the high pressing game really well with that defensive experience. Vidicic has been one of our performers of the season, actually has the second highest average rating in the league with 7.41. And he's doing that playing on a left wing, which isn't his favourite position. 7 goals in 12 appearances is very impressive from him. Ryan Edwards working his way back from injury. In that last episode, he came off the bench against both Newcastle and Central Coast. I think he had like a hamstring or a thigh injury or something like that. So hopefully we can get him in the team. It's only his 5th start of his career at Melbourne City. So I'm looking forward to his technique and his fitness being valuable for us on the right-hand side. And of course, Adam Taggart, our new junior marquee, will start up front. 16 goals in 25 appearances his last season in the A-League. There's probably about half a dozen games to go plus finals. So if we can get maybe, I don't know, not half a dozen, sorry. There's probably about a dozen games to go plus finals. So if we can get, half a dozen goals out of him, I'd be pretty thrilled with that. But remains to be seen. On the bench, we're going to go with Stevania, Chapman, Melling, Garuccio and Babal. So it's a really strong bench. We have got some good depth and there's some good players even missing out on the squad altogether. But Western Sydney are a good side. We'll have to play well to beat them. And we'll see how we go here. All right, so we're going to give Adam Taggart the number 12. He wore 22 for Perth and Newcastle. That's close as we have to it. And Williams can just wear 13 because it's the next one in. I'm happy with those 2 signings. It might have been cool to sign another right winger. We did put in some bids for players, but it's a bit hard to bring people back. So they've got some really good players we'll have to watch out for. Brendan Hamill's an ex-Melbourne Heart defender. Started his career there before getting a big money move to Seongnam in the K-League. Played for a couple of years over there before going on loan and came back to Western Sydney. Occasionally he's prone to a bit of a brain snap and he'll put like a back pass short or something crazy like that, but he's a good player. As is Topor Stanley and Spranovic, both made appearances with the national side. Spranovic is probably the starting centre-back for the Socceroos. However, he's going to anchor their midfield, and they've got good combination of power and pace up front. Rukovica is lightning fast, 17 pace, 17 acceleration, and Pia Vicari is a big, strong, mobile lad. So there'll be 2 to watch out for there. Of course, Castellan coming off the bench will be a pain in the arse, I have no doubt. But it looks like they're going to play really narrow, and we're going to play really wide, so it could be an interesting one. Assertively, I'm just going to say go out there and carry on for where you finished the last match. And Vidicic and Valafi both responded well, so that's good. Alright, let's go. First versus, what are we sitting now? 4th. But we could go second with a win here. And I think we beat Western Sydney last time we played them, so maybe we do okay against them. It's hard to tell. They usually defend in 2 really deep blocks, a block of 4 and a block of 3 in midfield. I know it says that they play a 4-4-2 diamond, but not really. Oh, this is just rocketing towards half-time with nothing going on. 2 shots, 1 on target, 42% for Western Sydney. 3 shots, 1 on target, 59% for us. That makes sense with our short passing game, but to get to half-time without any highlights is just ridiculous. Assertively. We still come out of this match with a win today. Okay, so Lowry and Retre both responded well. Taggart doesn't look like he's having the greatest game. Neither does Retre, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Assertively. Go out there and show everyone. Okay, I'm just going to say I appreciate the effort. You've just been unlucky. And he looks happy. Okay, so that's good. We've gotten a response from Taggart. And I just need a striker to get into some sort of form. Or not even form. I just need a striker who can consistently finish the chances that he's given. Because we've got good players behind him. It's just the final third where it's sort of fallen apart for us. Edwards going to get there now? No, just runs out. If he can't get there, none of our players are. Rocketing towards the hour mark now. Okay, shit. Williams has gotten hurt. Oh, God. Our marquee signing has gone down injured. I hope that's nothing bad. Can they tell you what it is yet? No, doesn't look like it. So we'll have to hope that's just a knock or something that he's having trouble running off, but he is an injury-prone player. If he's out for a couple of weeks, I'll just send him back to Middlesbrough. It's not worth paying the money. And we might take off Rattray for Melling now as well. Oh, is that the right one? Yeah, we'll go Rattray for Melling. Melling's a beast. Now, assertively, Connor Chapman, make the difference. He doesn't care. Assertively, a lot more to come from you. He doesn't care. So not my greatest team talks of all time. They've both got about 35 minutes to do something in the game. Vidicic take a corner now. It's gone into the middle. It's flicked away by Golek, but it looks like Edwards is going to get there first. Back into Hurd. All the way back to Franich on the right-hand side. He's got Edwards moving into position now. No, he's not. He's tucked inside. Well, he skips past P. Vicari. Now to Hurd. Find Franich. Oh, come on. He made a great overlapping run there. Edwards is in the box. Can he find the finish? Oh, what a save from Kovic. That is absolutely insane from the 47-year-old goalkeeper in Western Sydney goal. Edwards take the corner now. He goes front stick because we always go front stick. Partily puts it back into Melling. Finds Chapman. Chapman with the strike. He's hit the bar. Yes. Oh, unlucky. But he's a centre-back. I wouldn't have expected him to really come up with even that finish. Melling finds Vidicic. Can he play it forward? Looks for Melling again. Finds Taggart. First time ball to Edwards. Edwards goes down in the box, but it looked like a clean tackle. Okay, that's something. It's a bit of a response from us. 6 shots, 2 on target. Most of them came in that period. Rukavica with a free kick now. And good save from Valafi. Ward with the cross. And Golek has put that one into the far corner. That is just crazy. His first goal of the season. I feel like a lot of the goals we've conceded have been the players' first goals of the season. It's a good save there from Valafi. I thought Ward might strike it, but instead he hangs it up to back stick. Golek had a lot to do and he puts it low across the keeper. Really disappointing. I thought we were perhaps taking the ascendancy in that game. Here we go. Franich with a ball on the right-hand side. Can we peg him straight back? Edwards has it on the right. Taggart now with the deep ball. Finds Vidicic, and that is a fantastic finish. So Taggart has gotten involved. 8th goal of the season for Dario Vidicic. Far and away our leading scorer. I think Garuccio's 4 behind him. So more than double that of the next player. It's a good ball from Taggart. So he's gotten an assist on his debut. And Vidicic has just rifled that one home. Well done. Tanaka with the throw-in now. Finds Rukavica. Ward's in the middle. It's a good tackle from Hurd. Vidicic plays it back to him now. Good 1-2 there between Hurd and Vidicic. Vidicic has space to move into. It's a deep cross. Finds Taggart. Oh, Taggart. On his left foot, he's tried to take that one on the half volley and just pushed it to the left-hand side. 15 minutes to go. I'm going to bring on Garuccio. We're going to push Vidicic to the right-hand side and take Edwards off for Garuccio. We'll see if he can whip some crosses in towards Taggart. Make the difference. I know Babal was the leading scorer in the Asian Cup, but like he's been fucking terrible for us, so I might leave him off for this one. Okay, 82nd minute now. Zulo with the throw-in on the left-hand side. It looks like possession-wise we've taken control of the game. It's hacked away, but only as far as Franich. Back into Hurd, who has just been industrious today. He's coughed that ball up high at the pitch, which is a concern. P. Vicari with the ball now. Great tackle from Shane Lowry. It's played out left to Golek. This is the worry with Western Sydney on the counter-attack, but they've put a ball back in towards Vidicic. Vidicic actually joined Western Sydney as their marquee player this most recent off-season, so he'll be wearing red and black in the next game. Oh, and it was a good ball from Garuccio, but he's hooked that one over the top. We're getting towards extra time now. Lowry's nearly won the ball, but Takahagi tidies up. P. Vicari plays it back to Sporanovic, to Takahagi. Good overlapping run here from Tanaka. Back to Takahagi again, the 2 Japanese internationals combining. Sporanovic to Halidi, to P. Vicari. It's a lovely play from Western Sydney, but okay, not 50 seconds to go. Taggart looks like he's gotten sort of in behind. Just hold the ball up at him. Oh, it's a good ball across to Garuccio. It's a good strike, and Kovic gets down well and holds. It was finding its way towards the bottom corner. Come on, lads. 30 seconds. Push up, push up, push up. Go Zulo, get it forward. Garuccio plays it back to Zulo. There's a square ball onto Melling. Melling's coughed it up. Oh no, he's won it back. Hurd with the ball now. Go forward, go forward, go forward, go forward, go forward. Played out wide right to Franich. Come on, get the ball in. Get the ball in. Get the ball in. We're pretty much out of time. You've got to get the ball in. He does now. Oh, Jesus. Kovic holds, and that makes it a 1-1 draw against Western Sydney. Assertively, not happy. Okay, everyone looks pretty fired up. That's a good response, I guess. Who got player of the match? I'm worried about Rhys Williams' injury as well. That's very concerning. He's our marquee player. Caesars push up into 3rd position, though Brisbane Roar do have a game in hand on us, and they are a point ahead, so they could get themselves a little bit of distance. We're still 5 points behind Western Sydney, but you look at this, we're probably the better side. 10 shots, 5 on target, 58% possession. 6'3" and 42 for them. And Sporanovic, base of their midfield, gets an 8.4, so he must have been pretty good back there. Post-match press conference, best passing rates, yes, that's good. Goal effort was a sensational one. Okay, whatever. Yeah, he played well. Good for him. Game brings new faces to Melbourne City. We've signed 6 players, so it's Williams and Taggart that we brought in on loan. And I also had the free agent signings of Vidicic, Lowry, Edwards, and who was the other one? Chris Hurd, of course. So not the greatest little patch of... Like, we were doing well. We haven't lost in about 7 games. We've actually only lost 2 for the season, which is crazy. It's the draws that have hurt us the most, though. 8 draws is way too many to have if you want to be challenging for a title. But I think we were the better side in that game. So hopefully we can take a bit of that form into the next match against Melbourne Victory. I am going to skip ahead to that game now through the magic of editing. You won't have to watch the next week. Okay, so here we are, the day of the Melbourne Victory Melbourne City game, the 3rd derby of the season. We need a win. Something weird happened. So the transfer window shut back on Wednesday, and for whatever reason, Nikita Rikavica, who we just played against at Western Sydney, was given a free transfer. So I'm not sure why. So what I've done is I've offered him a guest contract because he wants quite a bit of money. So a guest contract is a player that you can use for 10 games. We currently have more than 10 games to go in the season, but I've just kind of sneakily offered it to him to see if he takes it. He could be another left wing option for us, bring Vidicic over to the right or something like that. We'll see what happens. I've never signed a guest player before, so it could be very interesting to see how that one goes. Rhys Williams picked up a knock and had to come off in that last game. He's absolutely bloody fine, so I don't know what the issue was, and he's fit to go for this match, which is good. I'm going to throw the team together, and I'll show it to you in a second. Okay, so I'm going to go with the same back 5 or 6 really that played in that last game. It was an unlucky goal to concede. It was a good save from Valafi for the free kick, and really, if Ward hadn't a shot, he was going to play a good ball across 6-yard box. So Zullo, Lowry, Williams and Franich will continue back there with Pardew anchoring the midfield. I hope they can all get a good partnership going. Melling's going to come in for Rattray. Rattray really didn't take the most of his opportunity in that advanced playmaking role, which is supposed to be his favourite. I thought Hurd was involved in a lot of the good things that we did as well. He ran a lot. I'm going to have Garuccio come in on the left-hand side and Vidicic on the right, just because I'm going to try and get that natural balance. So there's a left footer on the left-hand side. So Edwards will drop down to the bench, and we'll continue with Taggart up front. Babal, Edwards, Rattray, Clisby and Stevania will be our defenders on the bench, and that gives us good coverage for all those positions. We are the favourites for this game. They are currently sitting in 7th spot, but a win can put them back into the finals places and see them leapfrog. A big win can see them leapfrog the Newcastle Jets and Wellington Phoenix as well. A win for us would see us go 2nd in the table, ahead of Brisbane Roar. And it looks like Western Sydney have also... Oh no, they haven't played their game yet. So they must be playing tomorrow. So we need to keep pace with them as well if they're going to get wins. We have played Victory now 3 times, so you're probably familiar with a few of their players. They've got Ben Kalfar, Bozanic and Barbarosis on the bench, so really 3 really talented players there. I don't know why they're not starting. Maybe they're not fit. Valerian Broxham will anchor the midfield. Carl Valeri is an absolute fucking unit, and he'll be very good in everything that they do. They're going to play Connor Payne, who is lightning fast on the left wing, and Guy Finkler, who is not very fast, but really good technically on the right. And Macarunas playing up front with their marquee player, Bessa Beresha. He will finish any chances that he gets. But their defence looks really young. Dylan Murnane, only 20 years old, not very good if I'm being honest. Ben Carrigan, 16-year-old. Katabian, a 19-year-old. Jason Garea, who's 21, will play right back despite being a central midfielder. So it could be a good time to play him. I'm hoping Taggart can have a bit of a field day and get off the mark as far as scoring is concerned. Passionately, teams such as ours should be winning this match without any problem at all. No one's responded that well. That's disappointing. But they are 7th in the league. They've still got a very good side, and I think going through it then, they look a bit top-heavy, so they're struggling with defensive issues, but Jake Garuccio has won the ball up high on the pitch here, finds Hurd in the middle. Is this just a kick-off highlight, or are we going to go out and score? No, it's a good tackle from Valeri. And here's the concern, the counter-attack. So many teams that are at the top of the league counter-attack really, really well. We saw that with Western Sydney in that last game, albeit their goal came from a free kick. Oh, it's hit the deck, and Katabian, the 19-year-old, or however old he bloody was, the centre-back, gets a strike on target. Payne's going to take the corner now. It's headed away well by Williams. And Taggart's going to come short and collect. Oh, geez, it's a vicious-looking tackle from Corrigan. Agree with the ball on the right. And there you go, Melbourne Victory with the first shot on target so far of this game. They look to have lifted a little bit from their recent form in the derby. Finkler to take a free kick now. He puts it straight at Valafi and he holds well. which is good. We got a counter-attack here. No, 2 shots, 2 on target. But we have a free kick coming in now from Vidicic. Lowry's going to take and play to him again. Puts a deep ball across to Hurd. Hurd knocks it down. It hits the deck, and Melling with the strike. It deflected out for a corner. Vidicic to take the corner now. He puts a good dangerous ball in the 6-yard box, but no one's attacking it. Macaronis is going to be a concern here on the counter. He skips past Franic very easily, but Zulo's there to tidy. Finkler with the ball now. Looks for Macaronis. It's a deep ball. Finds Berishat, and that is a tremendous save from Tando Valafi. Berishat did well. He had 3 defenders around him. Finkler whips the ball in. It's headed away by Lowry and out for a throw-in. I thought Finkler might try and cross again. 3 shots, 3 on target. 5 shots, 3 on target. So they're on top of us here early. Vidicic goes up. Lowry with a good save from Vukovic as well. That near post header never works for us, but we try it every time. He's put a good one here deep. It's going to hit the deck, and Broxham looks like he'll clear. 3 shots, 1 on target for us now. It's a good save from Vukovic. 35th minute now. Vidicic take a free kick, which seems to have been all our highlights so far. It's come back out to him again. He's got a man inside in Hurd. Hurd plays square to Melling. Looks for Garuccio. Flick on header. It's a shot on target, sort of, but I think he was trying to put it in the area for Taggart to attack. Long ball over the top here from Vukovic. Williams goes up very well and wins that header. Knocked down by Valerio de Payne. Played forward, and well done, Ivan Franic. Cuts out the ball well with a good header. Hurd loses out, but Franic comes square to Melling. He can come forward now to Taggart, who has a runner on his left. Instead, he cuts inside and goes back to Hurd. Lovely ball over the top there. Franic with a fantastic overlapping run. He's found Vidicic front stick, and Vukovic has saved very well, and it's hacked away by Valerio for a corner. So we're coming back into it. Vidicic with a corner to take now. It's a deep ball in. It's a good one. It's hit the deck. Melling can't seem to get his shot away. On his wrong foot finds Garuccio, hangs one up. Hits the deck. Oh, that is a fantastic strike from Partaloo, but it's gone just right, wide and right. Zulo's picked up a knock. Franic with the throwing now, 40th minute. Taggart with the ball, goes back to Franic. Finds Vidicic in the box. Looks for Hurd. Can he strike? No, he's gone back to Taggart. Oh, it's a good tackle from behind from Manane, but I think he got most of the ball. Franic comes inside to Hurd, plays first time to Taggart. Taggart looks for a 1-2 for Vidicic. He goes outside to Franic instead. Finds Hurd. Hurd can go back to Franic. Instead, he finds Melling at the top of the box. Can he find the finish? Taggart with the strike, and it's gotten away by the Victory defence. So we're putting them under some good pressure. Coming back into the game just before half-time. Hurd plays it forward towards Taggart. It's long punt forward. Williams should get there first and heads it back comfortably to Valafi. Do we have a counter-attack in this? I'm worried about Zulo's knock that he seems to have picked up, though we do have Clisby on the bench if need be. Franic plays it forward to Vidicic. He's lost the ball high at the pitch to Manane. All the way back to Corrigan, who punts a long ball forward. Very Melbourne victory. But they're good at it. Okay, it's a horrible touch there from Payne. Hurd comes square to Melling. He's looking for a ball over the top. Can Taggart bring it down and find the finish? Can Garuccio get there? Oh, Jesus Christ, Ben. You've got to put that one into the roof of the net, mate. And Vukovic holds. So we've had 58% of the possession, 8 shots, 4 on target. You're performing well out there. Keep it up and the result will come. I'll go with that. It looks like Zulo's picked up a pretty decent knock if he's down to 54%. So I'm going to bring Clisby on. I'm going to assertively tell him as well. Looking for you to make the difference. I know you're capable, and he looks happy. So it's a flawless team talk. And everyone's, with the exception of Partaloo, who never gets good scores, even though he's an absolute beast at his job, he does it very, very well, that anchorman role. He never seems to get decent match scores. I don't know why. I think it might just be something to do with the game. Garuccio couldn't bring that one down. It goes out for a goal kick. Looked like a flick on header. I'm not sure what he was doing. All right, Lowry with free kick now. He's getting further and further away the more he takes. We need to sign a free kick taker. Clisby with the throw in here, finds Melling. It's back to him again. It's a deep ball. Hurd knocks it down. Melling with the strike, but Valeri gets that one away. Berisha with the ball now. Lowry with a fantastic challenge, and he's played that one nicely to Hurd. And that's the end of that highlight. 12 shots, 4 on target, 6 and 3 for them. Lowry with the free kick now. Come on, Shane. If there was ever a time, just put that one into row G. Right, we're going to bring Ryan Edwards on. We'll bring Vidicic over to the left-hand side and Garuccio off. Yeah, we'll go with that. Even though Partaloo's on a 6.4, I feel like he's doing a fine job. And Hurd and Melling seem to be doing the job in the midfield as well. So looking for you to make the difference. He seems motivated, which is great. He's still working his way back from that injury issue that he had earlier in the season. So maybe the bench isn't the worst thing for him. Berisha with the ball now, though. Finds Finkler on the right-hand side. He goes all the way back to Broxham at the base of midfield. Bozanic with the ball now. Ben Kalfalar, both have come off the bench. And they combined well there to get Kalfalar a good strike. But Valafi saves very, very well. Williams picked up a knock, because of course he has. And we're going to bring Babal off the bench for Taggart. It's a sub that I didn't make last time out. Assertively, you have the ability to make a difference. He seems motivated too. So right, we're getting some good team talks today. Can we find a winner here? Franich with a good overlapping run. It's a deep ball across. Oh, it's hit the deck. Edwards has it now. Finds back stick. Vidicic gets his strike on target on his wrong foot in a tough angle, but Vukovic has been an absolute wall back there today. 16 shots, 6 on target, and I think all the ones on target he's absolutely saved. So Edwards has picked up a knock now. So we've got some injury-prone players. Ben Calflar to take. Manane plays it forward to Ben Calflar. It's a good ball in. It's hit the deck, and Finkler has found the back of the net in the 84th minute. That is incredibly fucking frustrating. That has to be the winning goal. Apparently, according to you, idiot. God damn it. It's a good ball from Ben Calflar. Finkler stops it dead and on his wrong foot pushes that one into the top left-hand corner. Ben Calflar comes forward, 85th minute now. Valeri plays it forward to Finkler. Finds Barbarosis, and that one is well and truly over. So they've used all 3 of their subs. Franich with the ball now on the right-hand side. Finds Edwards. It's knocked it back down to him. Hurd with a deep... Oh, it was a shot, I think. That's a bit... You're not doing the team things there, Chris. Vukovic with a long one forward. It's well up by Clisby. Look for a ball over the top from Melling. Babal brings it down well. He's got a man on the right-hand side, but instead he goes back to Williams. Lowry finds Vidicic on the left. It's a deep ball. Babal goes up, and Babal with the header. Only his 3rd goal of the season. He scored more in the Asian Cup than he has for us so far this season. That's crazy. But it's this 87th minute equaliser. Do we have another one in us? It's a great ball across to Vidicic there. And Babal rises. He's 192 centimetres tall. He should be making more of those chances in the air. And we get the equaliser. 4 minutes to be added on. Do we have another one in us? 91st minute now. 92nd, 93rd. I think this is going to go... Oh no, Vidicic with the corner. Get up, lads. Oh, it's headed away. He was looking for Williams. Get it back in there. Go, Ivan. Go. Partley plays it to Hurd. To Williams. Forward to Vidicic. Oh, he's lost the ball. And referee calls full time. A 1-1 draw. So... I don't really know who takes bragging rights for that one. We won 1, drew 2, 2-1 all draws. They are a very good side, but I mean, really, you expect to do better in those sort of games. Player of the Match award goes to one of their players, obviously, Assertively. That's the sort of match we should be winning, and I agree that it is the sort of match we should be winning. It looks like Williams has picked up an injury, as has Edwards. 2 players that have just struggled with injury their entire careers. 22 shots, 9 on target, 55% possession. 11 shots, 5 on target, 45 for them. Disappointing, and Valeri gets himself the man of the match. So, in the last 2 games, the 2 holding midfielders, Spranovic and Valeri, have gotten the man of the match awards. In games where we've drawn 1-1 and we dropped down to 4th position. We are now 4 points behind Wanderers in top spot. However, they have a game in hand, so they could push that to 7, given the opportunity tomorrow when they play their game. Victory somehow dropped down despite getting themselves a point there. 4 behind Western Sydney, who've scored more goals than them. Still only conceded 8, but our problem is 14. Look at that, 22 shots and we can only convert 1 of them. And even then it was a very late header to equalise. So check out the aftermath of that one, then we might bring this episode to a close. Zulo is going to be out for 9 to 12 days. Williams is out for 2 weeks. Edwards is out for 5 to 6 days. We just cannot catch a break at the moment. I was pleased with the result. So they haven't beaten us yet this season. I guess that's something to take from it, but 2 of them 1-1 draws that we should have won. So Babal saved us. Vidicic, no, he was okay. Yeah, he got the assist for the goal, so he couldn't have been that terrible. Anyway, that should bring this episode to a close. We will come back in the next episode and do... What games will we do? So I might go and play the Wellington game away. We'll head over to New Zealand and play them there. And then we'll come back and do Perth and Adelaide, our 2 home games. Most of our games in the last few episodes have been away matches, the 2 in New South Wales and the Derby, which of course was in Melbourne but not in our ground. So we'll come back for our next 2 home games, Perth Glory and Adelaide United. As always, I've been Sean, this uneducated gamer playing Football Manager 2015. I hope you are enjoying the season 2 so far. It sucks that we weren't able to get any positive results in that one. 2 1-1 draws, but they are 2 draws against 2 very good sides. We are sitting in 4th position, but it is very tight. We still could move to the top of the table. We'll have to wait and see what happens in future episodes. But thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode.